Hi everybody, I'm here with request number 4, and this was requested by Evie and also by Cheska and also by Lucas's mummy. So 3 requests for this one, and it's a definite favourite of everybody's. It's The Snail and the Whale. I'm going to try my best to read this, but my class know that I get quite tongue-tied with this one a few times. There's a few bits in here that I really struggle with, so I'm going to try my absolute best. This is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big grey-blue humpback whale. This is the rock as black as soot, and this is the snail with the itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. There's the snail, look. And there is the rock. And look, here's the bay with all the ships in it. These are the other snails in the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock, and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wriggle, sit still, stay put." But the tiny sea snail sighed and sniffed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a lift." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said... There's all the snails, look, hope you can see that. And the trail says, "Lift wanted around the world." How cool is that? This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come sail with me." Here's the whale. Look, he's huge. I've got to have the book this far away from the screen to show you him all because he's that big. He's huge. This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on its tail to towering icebergs and far-off lands. Look at these places they've gone to. Look. I'll have to show you all the way across. Penguins, ice, seals look in the background. Look at that. Ooh, that looks nice. But I bet it's very cold. I think you might need a coat. With fiery mountains and golden sands. Look at this bit. Let me start there and move across. Look at that, what's in the background, look. Huge volcano and little monkey. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed. Nearly got it. The tiny snail on the tail of the whale. That's the tricky bit there. Look at these waves. They're huge. They're going to knock the snail off. I hope he's okay. These are the caves beneath the waves, where stripy fish with feathery fins and sharks with toothy, hideous grins swam around the whale and the snail on his tail. Now this page always scares me because look at the sharks. They're really scary. Here they are. Look at those sharks. Look at the toothy grins. Look at this one. I don't think I'd like it if he nipped my finger. In fact, look, if I get too close... Ouch. Ooh. Got very sharp teeth. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, which I'm going to show you now. Sunny and blue and warm. But sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Look at this, it looks really scary. Goodness me, the seas look really rough. I think I'd be very scared if I was on the whale's tail. And she gazed at the sky and the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all, and she said to the whale, "I feel so small." Look, there's a little bear, and look all the way across. There's the snail, look. And the snail is saying, I feel so small. Because the world is so big. But then came the day when the whale lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. Look, it's a sad page. There's everybody on the speedboats, and the whale's getting scared. This is the tide slipping away. Oh no, look. Look, the tide is going out. What's going to happen? And this is the whale lying beached in a bay. Oh no, he's beached. He's stuck on the beach. Quick, off the sand, back to sea, cried the snail. I can't move on land, I'm too big, moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small, then said, I've got it, and started to crawl. I must not fail, said the tiny snail. This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. This is the teacher holding the chalk, telling her class, sit straight, don't talk. This is the board, as black as soot. There you go, look, there's the children going to school, and there's the board. And this is the snail with the itchy foot. A snail, a snail! The teacher turns pale. Look, say the children, it's leaving a trail. This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, save the whale. Let's hope they do. These are the children running from school, fetching the fireman and digging a pool. There they are, look, getting the fireman. Squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. There they are, look, they're trying to keep him cool so he doesn't get dehydrated. That's when he hasn't had enough water. It's important we all have enough water all the time, especially a whale. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, hooray! As the whale and the snail travel safely away. There they are, look, the tide's coming back in. And here they are, look. And the whale is waving bye-bye. Bet he's very thankful. And they sang to the sea as they all... Oh, hang on, I've skipped some pages. Whoops. I thought I'd not be able to say all of the things, but I've actually just skipped pages by accident. Right, start again. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, how time's flown, and haven't you grown? And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves, and shooting stars and enormous waves, and of how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. Here they are, look. So there they are getting into the bay. And as we go along the page, you will see all the snails here, look, climbing on the whale's tail. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the grey-blue humpback whale. And there is the last picture, look. Off they go on their adventure, all of the snails. Thank you, you guys, for requesting that. I absolutely love that story. And as you can tell, sometimes I get my tongue twisted when I'm reading. And actually, I missed a page as well this time. So, sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed. See you again soon.